This is Bali, Indonesia, one of the most beautiful places on earth, and I'm going to be exploring it. I went to Bali for the first time in the middle of the pandemic, and I had such an incredible time. And now we're back, and I'm bringing some friends. Bali is the most popular Indonesian island, known for its natural settings, scenic beaches, traditional culture, rich history, creativity, arts and crafts, and the genuine warmth of the local people. I'm gonna show you the top places to stay, the top things to do, so that way when you go to Bali, you'll have an amazing time. Let's get into it. Our tour guide for this trip picked us up at the airport, threw some lei on us, and we were welcomed with open arms, and then took us to our hotel. Now, the hotel that we're staying at for this trip was probably one of the best hotels in Bali, and it is the Ritz-Carlton. Now, we all know the Ritz-Carlton. This is a well-known brand. It's top tier no matter where you go in the world, and this particular location, Bali, did not disappoint. It overlooked a beach. There were so many different pools. The service was amazing. The rooms were amazing. Just anything that you would really, want to experience at a 5-star premier resort, it had it. And me personally, one of my favorite parts was certainly the food. The breakfast, oh my goodness. The breakfast every single morning at this property was A1. I would highly recommend. The rooms had a spacious layout, Balinese decor, a lot of outdoor spaces with garden views. And man, listen, again, it just did not disappoint. I truly enjoyed staying here. And when you come to Bali, I would recommend this hotel for sure, depending on what part of the island that you would want to be on, because that really determines what hotel you choose. The following morning, it was time to kick off this Bali adventure. And we did one of the top activities that you have to do in Bali, and that's ATV. Now listen, I've ATV'd in different places around the world, but there's nothing like ATVing in Bali, because you get the opportunity to ride through rice terraces, bamboo forests, plantations, river, jungle, and just all different types of stuff. You have so much fun with whoever you're with, or maybe you're by yourself and you're just with the tour guide. And that's the cool thing, because you have a tour guide, so you're not just like driving out in the middle of the jungle by yourself, getting lost and putting yourself in an unsafe predicament. You actually have an expert, someone that knows the area, guiding you as you really explore the different parts of Bali. And again, out of all the things we did while being in Bali, this was definitely one of my favorite things. And again, this was just the beginning of the trip. And when you come to Bali, I would highly encourage you definitely do this ATV experience. After ATVing, we did another bucket list item, and it was white water rafting. Now listen, I've never done this before, and I've seen it on TV, I've seen it on the internet, and it looked pretty cool. Let me tell y'all something. Whitewater rafting is an adventure, and especially doing it in Bali. You're literally, going through seeing a bunch of waterfalls and rice fields and endless coconut trees, and it is so much fun. Matter of fact, we had like a water fight, while we were rafting, because we had a pretty decent sized group, so we had 2 rafts, and we were going at it, splashing at each other while we were going through, just the ups and the downs, the rafting area. But it was just so much fun. And man, for me, this was like a true memory, just embedded in my mind that I will not forget. And when you come to Bali, I'd highly encourage you to do this for sure. Man, rafting was a lot of fun, but now it's time for the next adventure. And the next stop was Teganunan Waterfall. Now listen, this is one of the most popular waterfalls in all of Bali. Matter of fact, it is one of the most visited waterfalls in Bali. And when you get there, you'll actually see why, because there's so many people there. But this waterfall is so popular that they actually have a pool club right next to it, which we're gonna get into after we leave this waterfall. But this waterfall is absolutely beautiful. You can take so many amazing pictures and videos and just really catch a vibe with whoever you're there with. And after leaving the waterfall, like I mentioned, there's a day club right next door, so it only makes sense. As a matter of fact, just to give you a pro tip, to get to the waterfall, you gotta walk down about 200 steps. But if you actually go to the day club first and like reserve a seat, you can actually take an elevator down, so that way you don't have to go through the hustle and bustle of going through all those steps. And that's what we did. We actually reserved a little section, put our bags there, and by the time we got back, we already had a seat. And again, we could take the easy way, easy way out and avoid those steps. But this day club is so cool. It's called Ama Pool Club, and you have a DJ, the food is amazing, and of course you have the amazing views of the waterfall because it's right next to it. You can also even do a swing. And listen, when you're in Bali, I would highly recommend coming to this pool club because again, you can catch a vibe, swim, you can get a drink, and you can just dance the night away. Really, real cool experience for sure. The following morning, it was time to hit the round running again, and first stop was the Tirta Empul Temple. Now this is definitely one of the top places that you have to go when you're in Bali. This is a water temple. And why is this temple so significant? Well, it's believed that the sacred spring water possesses purifying healing properties, making it a place for rituals to cleanse the body, mind, and soul. And when you get there, they have you put on this attire. Out of respect for the culture, we put it on. But I truly feel like being here is an experience. You get to see some nice koi fish, and you get to really just be a part of the Bali culture when you're here. I would highly recommend stopping by and experiencing this place. Next stop is the Sacred Monkey Forest. Now listen, being here, you get the opportunity to see the monkeys play around. You also, get a chance to feed the monkeys. Man, let me tell you something. This is probably the most hands-on, connected to monkeys experience that I've ever had in my life. Now, I'm gonna give you some warning about being here. The monkeys, they get a little gangster, okay? That's what I'll say. They get a little gangster because listen, you wanna make sure if you have like a cell phone or even like sunglasses on your head that you really secure it and be mindful because they will snatch it, okay? The monkeys there are notorious. Look, they'll look cute, but I've seen them take a lot of things in my time being there. It's my second time, and I've seen them take phones, sunglasses, they'll take money, purses, they'll grab your hair. Just make sure that you be respectful. Don't stare in the eye, don't taunt them. Don't try to take their food from one place so that we can feed them in another area. Don't do any of that. Just be cool, be respectful. If you want to feed them, fine, drop the food and just kind of step away because they will attack, okay? And they will take stuff. But outside of that, I think this is definitely one of the most cool, unique experiences in Bali. And again, it's like nowhere else in the world you can do this. Matter of fact, I actually saw one of the monkeys take a girl's tampon right from her pocket. That's how interesting it can get. But you don't have to worry. Just make sure you just be cool. Next stop is Alas Haram. Now listen, if you've just been on the internet at any point in your life, you probably saw the famous Bali swing, and this is exactly where it is. The Alas Haram offers a unique and enjoyable experience far from the hustle and bustle of the city. Visitors get the opportunity to enjoy breathtaking views of the rice fields and peaceful atmosphere. Guys, just being here is so cool. Like I have never experienced anything like this anywhere, but like you get to walk through the rice fields, you get to just kind of like kick back and view the rice fields when you can swing and overlook the rice fields and get some amazing pictures and videos. And for my ladies, if you want to get one, get one of those cool pictures and videos, with the dress blowing in the wind, you can actually even rent the dress there, right? You don't actually have to buy it, you can rent it there, which is really cool. But again, this place is definitely a must go too. And then right next door to Alas Haram is Kretya, which is a day club where I feel like you just have to go. They actually have this amazing pool that overlooks the rice fields, which my personal recommendation, if you want to get like a nice picture or video with nobody in it, you actually have to get there really early in the morning. But no matter what time you get there, I would recommend eating there because the food is amazing. Also, hanging out inside the pool and getting the views of the rice field. They have a DJ that comes and creates the vibe. And man, just being here is just an overall experience. And you can't lose with going to Alas Haram and then catching a bite to eat at Kretya right after or before. Either or, you'll be good with that combination. And the entrance fee to get into Kretya is only $3, which is ridiculously cheap. Now, the following morning, we wanted to make sure that we had an incredible experience. So what we did was we found one of the best beach clubs in all of Bali, and it is called Surabaya Beach Club. Now listen, If you're looking for the vibes, if you're looking for a good time, if you're looking for amazing food, if you're looking for a place to really hang out and just like really experience the day party life and the nightlife of Bali, this is where you want to go. This is literally paradise in the jungle. And what made this experience even more amazing, we actually rented out a section, which I'd recommend, especially if you have a big group, because you guys can chip in together and make it very cost effective. But we had a section, we were ordering all types of food. We had the sushi coming out, we had the exotic fruits, we had the nice seafood. Like we had everything. We had the nice drinks coming through. It was just all flowing. And then we had our own little private pool. Because guess what? Even if you don't have the section, they have a couple of pool options where you have such an amazing view. But then with the section, we also had our own private pool. And let me tell you guys something. Being here, you get the opportunity to experience one of the best sunsets that you will ever see in Bali. So my recommendation is when you go there, try to go around a time where you know you're going to see the sunset, because listen, the sunset is breathtaking. And then as it gets dark, it turns into like a whole just outside club. But overall, guys, listen, every time I go to Bali, I have to go to Surveyor. It is such an amazing time. Later on that night, we opted in to have a true dining experience, one of the most amazing dining experiences that you can absolutely have when you're in Bali. And we decided to eat at Coral Restaurant. Now listen, imagine if you were in an aquarium, and then if you were at a 5-star restaurant blended in with an aquarium. Well, that's what Coral is. It's actually a 5-star fine dining restaurant inside of an aquarium, where you get the opportunity to eat some amazing food, but then also you get to see all the fishes, and there's even someone inside of the tank just like swimming through. And it's so cool. Like when we were there, a couple of people got proposed to, and the guy had like, you know, the will you marry me signs. But needless to say, if you want to have a unique dining experience, you definitely want to go to Coral, because it does not disappoint. The next day, we did another must thing that you have to do in Bali. I truly believe, especially when you're with a group, and that's renting a yacht and going to Nusa Penida. Guys, let me tell you something. Nusa Penida is one of the most Instagram places in Indonesia, thanks to its spectacular views such as Kelengling Beach and Broken Beach. But there's just nothing like you and a group of friends on a yacht, taking in the amazing views, you know, being able to jump off and swim in the water, or even renting out some jet skis and jet skiing through the ocean, and just being able to just have an amazing just time, kicking back, having good conversation with some food, some drinks, while sailing on a yacht. There's nothing like it. And I highly recommend that you do this, because I feel like out of everything that we've done while being in Bali, being on this yacht, exploring Nusa Penida was probably the numero uno, the top thing that we did. And the yacht took us to this island where there was a restaurant, and the restaurant was, you know, beachfront. The food was amazing. Definitely one of the, you know, better places where we had food. We got the opportunity to have some fresh coconut, just walk alongside the beach. It had a swing on the beach. Man, like this was truly an epic experience. We had so much fun, and highly recommend that you guys go to this beach, and highly recommend that you do the yacht experience. Later on that night, again, we wanted another unique experience, so we decided to have dinner at the Cave, which is located at the Edge, which is another popular place that you have to go to in Bali. But the Cave is where you literally get the opportunity to eat inside of a cave. They discovered this cave back in 2013 when they were making some updates to the property. But listen, this was extremely unique, right? You have a 10-course meal with cocktail pairings, or you can opt in for the 7-course meal. But needless to say, the food is very unique. Shout out to the chef. The drinks, very unique. And the fact that you get to eat and drink and connect with your people while being in a cave, you're not going to experience anything like this just anywhere. But truly unique experience, and I would highly recommend you do this. The following morning, we decided to take some nice pictures and videos on the beach, because listen, This trip has been crazy. We've been doing so much, but wanted to make sure that we got the opportunity to at least explore the resort a little bit. I mean, we're at the Ritz-Carlton, but after doing that, we went to the Edge. What is the Edge, you might ask? A place that you absolutely positively have to go. The Edge offers 5-star villas with private pools, you know, entertainment, and literally, guys, this pool is like overlooking like the ocean, right? It's literally on a cliff. Now, you don't necessarily have to stay on, like, spend the night at this property. You can actually get a day pass, where the day pass is only $32. And the great thing is about this $32 day pass, that actually includes food and beverage, right? Which I think is an amazing deal. But I think this is a really cool place to really just kick it, swim, taking the amazing views while being, you know, on the edge and looking off the cliff, but also enjoying some food and drinks and hanging out with your friends. And there's just so many different components to this area. It's not just that pool overlooking, you know, the ocean, but there's also nice other scenic parts of that property where you can take amazing pictures and videos. Highly recommend this place. Later on that night, we were up for a very unique experience, and it was checking out a Kecek and Fire dance experience. Now, this is a very Bali traditional experience, right? Like, this is something very traditional to them. Now, what a Kecek dance is said to originate from is a Balinese ancient ritual that used to repel evil spirits. But it's just a truly unique experience, and I've never seen anything like it. But they do all these different dances, and they put on a show, and people come from all over to experience this. And my eyes were like wide open the whole time, just trying to really like grasp everything that I'm witnessing. But what I would tell you overall, I think it was a very cool experience. It definitely gives you the opportunity to really experience another aspect of Bali culture. And yeah, you know, very unique. I enjoyed it for sure. And that's the end of our Bali trip. Man, I love Bali. It is one of my favorite places in the world. If you enjoyed this video or got any type of value, hit the like button. Also, let me know in the comments if you plan on going to Bali or you've already been to Bali. And if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Let's go.